morning. Happy Sunday. So one of the reasons why I hate Vita, not hate, one of the reasons why I don't like Vita is because I have chronic pain. And I don't like to complain about my pain. I don't like to concentrate on it. I don't like to give it energy. And if my hand seems a little shaky with the camera, I apologize. I did take some medication today. I was up for about 3 hours last night. Started yesterday morning. Again, I didn't say anything really. Getting out of the car, even when I am in a very low level of pain for like days and weeks at a time, getting out of the car always kind of hurts depending on how I do it, if I swing my legs out or if I get out one leg at a time. And yesterday I got out of my car kind of wrong, but I don't think that's actually what activated it. I don't know exactly what activated it. I was looking at the weather last night and I'm like, well, it's not supposed to rain or anything. So, because usually I can tell when it's going to rain. Not really sure. I'm not going to give it too much energy to figure out why it happened because I've been down that road before. I can only practice so much preventative medicine when it comes to this. And at some point, I just have to choke it up to, okay, I have chronic pain. And that's it. I can't get depressed about it, although I do. I can't give it any more energy than it already takes from me because allowing it to take that energy is part of the letting go process and part of being me. I have to. If I constantly have resistance to this pain, then I will be constantly living in a state of distress, even more with the pain. So it doesn't really make sense to be too resistant to it. Somebody just made a post in my anterior approach hip replacement group, which I started 4 years ago when I had my surgery. And we now have almost 4,000 members in there, which is great. And they're very, very supportive. All I have to do is go in there and say boo, and they've got my back. They are some of the most supportive people, even though all of us have a completely different journey. It's kind of crazy how there are people that are my exact height, weight, age, physical activity level, and they will have a completely different experience from the same surgery that I have. It's insane. But that's why we're so supportive, because it doesn't matter what's going on. There's no one who goes in there. Every once in a while, there's somebody who goes in there and just says, just do this. Somebody was in there this morning, and said that they have had their 5th hip replacement. In other words, more than one replacement, if the replacements either get worn down or go bad or something. And obviously he wears them down because he's making this post. He is saying, he goes in there and he says, I'm 10 days post-op from my 5th hip replacement. I'm sure it's both sides. And he says, my advice, and he knows that his advice isn't for everybody, but he says, my advice, and I might get flack for this, is to work as hard as possible, work through the pain. And I do that. But that's very exhausting. So anyway, it is a beautiful day outside. The only person I really talk to about my pain is my husband. So he knows. We will probably just sort of sit outside today, maybe go for a slow walk in the park. And I'm cleaning my bathroom finally, and it's all good. Happy Sunday.